Welcome back to the Schlocky Horror Picture Show and the Bert I. Gordon film Tormented. I'm confident the science fiction enthusiasts among our viewers have recognised our leading man, Richard Carlson. He had the good fortune to be cast as the leading man in two of that genre's best films of the 1950s, It Came From Outer Space and The Creature from the Black Lagoon. He was also the lead in the 1968 Ray Harryhausen classic Valley of Gwangi and directed the occasional undistinguished film himself. Nevertheless, his career was notable enough to earn him a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Joe Turkel, who plays Nick, the blackmailing beatnik, had a memorable supporting role in Stanley Kubrick's first masterpiece, Paths of Glory. He was one of the three condemned soldiers. Specifically, he was the one that gets knocked unconscious and executed while strapped to a stretcher. Soon afterwards, he was working for Bert I. Gordon. From Stanley Kubrick to Bert I. Gordon in 3 short years? That definitely sounds like a career going in the wrong direction, and being directed by Roger Corman in 1968's The St. Valentine's Day Massacre didn't help. But Mr. Kubrick hadn't forgotten him, so Joe played Lloyd, the creepy bartender in The Shining in 1980, though you'd probably remember him best from 1982's Blade Runner, in which he plays the source of all the trouble, CEO Eldon Tyrell, whose head gets squished by Rutger Hauer. The rest of the cast hail from television. The ghostly Vi Mason is played by Julie Redding, who was in episodes of 77 Sunset Strip and other shows of the 60s, but not much since. Vi Mason may well be a second-rate singer, but she's a far more interesting, lively and attractive lady than Tom Stewart's insipid fiancée May Hubbard, played by a miscast Lugene Sanders from The Life of Riley and not much else. Tom must be marrying May for her money and her family's senior social status. I can see no other reason why he'd prefer May to Vi. Little Sandy is played by Susan Gordon, Bert's daughter, who got her start in show business by accident when the young actress originally cast as the Girl Scout in Bert's Attack of the Puppet People dropped out after suffering a severe attack of good sense. She is notable for her performance as Jenny in the Twilight Zone episode The Fugitive, in which she befriends an alien leader hiding on Earth, as well as many other television shows of the 1960s, such as My Three Sons and The Alfred Hitchcock Hour. Susan also had the great fortune of watching Zsa Zsa Gabor burn to death in another of Bert's films, Picture Mommy Dead. Best birthday present ever. Bert I. Gordon collaborated with his wife Flora M. Gordon in not only creating child actors, but in creating special effects too. They started rather badly, but with years of practice they improved not in the slightest, so the prowling disembodied hand, which should have been a highlight, wasn't. Check out Louis Buñuel's 1962 masterpiece The Exterminating Angel, just to see how effectively such a scene can be done. The Gordons really should have stuck to, other tasks, and allowed their master cinematographer, Ernest Laszlo, to handle the visual effects. Ernest Laszlo was born in Budapest in 1898. By 1927, he was in Hollywood and was one of the many cameramen shooting Wings, the very first movie to win an Academy Award for Best Film. He became a director of photography in 1928 and had a long, industrious career with highlights including Starlug 17, Kiss Me Deadly, Judgment at Nuremberg, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, Fantastic Voyage, Airport, and Logan's Run. In 1965, he won the Academy Award for Ship of Fools, the only film where Lee Marvin gets beaten up by Vivian Leigh, an unforgettable scene. He saves the odd-angled shots for the last scene in the church, as you soon shall see in the exciting climax of Bert I. Gordon's Tormented.